So I figured, you know what? I have some free time on my hands. I'm setting up for the podcast. I'm trying to get everything situated. So I figured, you know what? Let me hop on live real quick. Do a little different live this time instead of me standing and doing this other stuff. I figured we do something like this and see how it plays out. Let me just pull up my screen. Hope everybody's doing well. Everybody's having a great Saturday morning. Your boy is a little have a little headache because maybe I party too much. Hope everybody can hear me. Hope everybody's having a great day. This actually really does look good. I really like how the setup is. As you can see, I got my whole little podcast studio set up. I got wires all over the place. I'm trying my best to get the whole format down and everything like that. I got some games and stuff like that. Definitely, I got some old school retro tech, Sidekick 3, Polaroid, original Tamagotchi. So I just want people's advice. Tell me what you think. Do you like how this looks for a podcast, or so I change some changes? Tell me how you think. Tell me what you think. Plus, I got video games that I can reach for. Like I actually can show you one of the new games I got if I can get it. Ugh, damn it! Here we go. I picked up Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Me trying to reach and stuff. So I picked up Buffy. I actually had this game for a few weeks now, but I didn't have a case. So I was able to get a case, and believe it or not, I used regular. I just printed a regular um, cover art for it and stuff like that. And I'm not gonna lie, it looks pretty decent. So I probably don't need a case. This is pretty good for what it is. That's one of the ones I picked up. Let me just put this right here so I can keep track of the chat because I don't have my second screen set up, and I need to set that up. Let's see. Oh, I was currently playing this Crazy Taxi High Roller. A lot of people don't know that there was actually a third Crazy Taxi game. I'm gonna put this right here, and yeah, that's one of my favorite Crazy Taxi games. So right now, I'm just setting up this podcast. So the podcast I recorded will be released Sunday. I just like how the thing is. I just want people's opinion. Do you like how it is? Should I change some things around? I know the lighting is kind of needs to be fixed, but everything is still a work in progress. I have some retro tech here. Sidekick 3. Everybody back in the 90s, well, 2000s love freaking Sidekick. I wish I could find the original Sidekick, like the first generation Sidekick. Well, that's actually kind of hard to find over the 3. I didn't really care for the 4, but I want that, and I want the Tony Hawk edition to put on display. You can't hear me? Hold on. You cannot hear me on TikTok. That is a problem. Oh, yeah. I was going to say, like, you can't hear me? And I was like, hold on. I just turned the volume up on the chat and I can hear me. Don't worry. It happens to all of us. Trust me. I had a very wild night last night and I'm recovering. So I feel you, bro. But how you like the setup? Do you like how the table's set up? Do you think I should do some changes for when I actually for the podcast in the future? Let me know. Um, Let me see. What else? What else can I talk about? Oh, so trying to see what else I can really talk about besides me recovering from a hangover. I look like Michael B. Jordan. I mean, damn. Thank you. My wife. My wife. You gonna make me? My wife's gonna be like, you don't. My wife's gonna tell me, hell no, I don't like Michael B. Jordan. But yo, thank you. I like the compliment. Made me feel. I feel like I'm the man now. I look like Michael B. Jordan. I wish I had Michael B. Jordan money. I can tell you that much. Um, Let me see. Let me. You know what? I think I could probably show off my PSP collection. I haven't really showed it off that often. I don't know. Y'all want to see the PSP? Yes, that is a sidekick. So this is the setup for the retro podcast, and I thought I had some memorabilia. But yes, this is a Sidekick 3, and it works. This thing I got it from a friend, brand new. Freaking works like the freaking charm, man, and it's in great condition. And I feel like I need to get the sidekick. If I could get the Sidekick 1, the first generation, I'll be hyped. And then I got to get a BlackBerry. I got to get an old school BlackBerry. And maybe I'll do a show where Sidekick versus BlackBerry. I was Team BlackBerry all day. So I just recently got a Sidekick. They only had one Sidekick, and I only had it because my BlackBerry broke. And I only had it for a month until I got myself a new BlackBerry. Yeah, I know. Like, a lot of us remember when this thing came out. That one makes us feel super old. Yeah. Oh, hey, what's up, Ricky? What's up, Ricky? Another thing will make you feel old. This is actually a Polaroid camera from 2001. Silver Express. This is a legit Polaroid from 2001. And this makes me feel old. Because I remember when these things was like, if you had a Polaroid at a party, everybody was having a blast. And then I also got an original 1998 Tamagotchi. And that's when those things came out. That's not like a repro or anything like that. That's the original Tamagotchi. Oh, and if everybody was a Power Rangers fan, you'll know what this is. This is Ooze from the 1995 Power Ranger movie with Ivan Ooze, and that's legit what it was. Like, I don't know why. First of all, the fact this thing is still liquidy makes me really concerned on what the hell they put in here to keep it like this. Because back in the day, they didn't care about safety. Like, they was giving us stuff that had freaking all these damn chemicals and mercury in it. So I'm just keeping that freaking sealed, super sealed, because I don't know what the hell's in that damn thing. But yeah, figured that would be really cool. I just don't know where the hell I'm gonna display it, but still I gotta do some changes in the game room and stuff like that as well. I'm probably gonna change this wall up a little bit. I'm gonna get rid of the Xbox section, put the Xbox section on the other side of the room, and make this all PlayStation. But thank you, man. Mhm. Yeah, like when I'm in this room, thanks for the likes. When I'm in this room, I just like just coming here, just chilling and relaxing. This is like a safe spot for me. Plus, it kind of reminds me of times were simpler, and I wasn't a wife, a father, a wife. Wow, a husband. Whew, freaking tired. But yeah, it was just a nice everybody to come and kick back. Yeah, Ricky, I'm blushing. You can see. You missed it. Somebody said I look like Michael B. Jordan, and I'm not gonna lie, that kind of made me blush a little bit. um, well, yeah, I actually have an old school Xbox to my left, and if you know the old school Xbox, you know this controller. I have an old school Duke controller, and I love this controller. I don't know why this controller gave a lot of hate. I guess it's because it's big, but this controller is perfect. I want to get the newer one for the Xbox Series X because I just love playing with the Duke controller. Showing off my PSP collection, I guess we could start with. I got Grand Theft Auto Liberty City Stories, God of War Chain of Olympus, The Rapper Parappa, my favorite game on the PSP by far, Dexter, Hot Shot Golf, and I got Cython Filter, Logan Shadow, and unfortunately Ape Escape, which I have not played yet. Yeah, so they actually releasing two consoles. So they're releasing their own their own version of like the Steam Deck or something that's another company is making to just put their name on it. Then they're coming out with their own original console, like their own original handheld, which I think that would probably be the one that everybody should go for because that one's actually gonna be their original handheld. And you know how what Xbox is doing? They're trying to turn every damn thing into an Xbox. Like I'm shocked they don't allow you to play Xbox games on a freaking Sidekick at this point. That's what their main goal is. Then, just like what they did with the Oculus, they have their own version of the Oculus. I think the Oculus 3, they have an Xbox edition where some games, I guess for like the UR or whatever the hell they're doing. But I see what they're doing. They're trying to make it so they have everybody's access to their games, and they're going that route. And I feel like a handheld Xbox or a VR Xbox is actually be really great. Like I'm actually really looking forward to that. Really, really looking forward to see how it is. All right, I did those games. Let me get the other ones because I do have more. I got a couple more PSP games. So, Killzone. Let me make some room here so I don't break nothing because I've been dropping shit all day. All right, we did these. So these can go here. I already showed everybody my new game I got, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I got it for $5. I got it for $5. That is crazy. All right. I I gotta fix the lighting, guys. So bear with me with the lighting, because I'm still trying to figure it out. All right. I don't have DMC 4 for the Xbox 360. I have DMC 5 for the PS4, and I'm lucky enough to have the May Cry HD collection that has 1, 2, and 3. I do need to get um I do need to get 4. I do need to get 4. Yo, I remember we used to have quarter waters. I don't know if you grew up in a city or grew up like in New York. They used to have these things called quarter waters, where you used to go quarter, little water like this big, and they said it was spring water, but come on, we all knew it was just regular tap water. And I used to pop that drink, and you used to be good to go. Like we used to get a ton of them back in the day. All right, showing off the PSP collection, I got Killzone Liberation, which is actually a pretty fun game. Secret Agent Clank, Def Junior 1 and Def Junior 2. This is like one of my favorite series on the PSP. I just realized they released Def Junior on the Nintendo Wii as well. And that's actually on my list. Like next Saturday when I go retro hunting, I'm looking for Def Junior for the Wii. Hey, what's up? How everybody's doing? I'm just showing off the setup for the podcast / show that I'm doing. I just got finished recording the first episode, so I was like, you know what? Let me hop on a live, because I said I was going to do a live, so I figured let me hop on and just, shoot the breeze. And don't forget, 6 o'clock tonight, I will be streaming, and I'm going to be streaming. Let me go reach the game. I'm going to be streaming. We're going to play through Super Smash Bros. Brawl, and I'm going to do the story mode for the first time. I never played this game before, so I'm like, you know what? Let us play through it. Screw it and see how it is. Sorry, I know the lighting. I need to probably turn off that ring light so y'all probably can see. My mic is low. My mic is low. How's that? Is it better? Hopefully my mic is a little bit better. I don't want to make it too loud. Let me know, Blake, if my mic is better. But yeah, so we're going to play through Super Smash Brothers Brawl. I never played the story. This is one of the Smash Brothers I never played the story, so we're going to be experiencing it together for the first time. And I hear this story is very cinematic too, so looking forward to playing that. Really looking forward to playing this game. So I'm going to put this right here. All right. Going off, so continue with the PSP collection. Let me move these out the way since we already talked about these. I got 2 more, well, what's this? 3 more games. Medal of Honor Heroes. I think this is Final Fantasy. Is this Final Fantasy 1, the 20th anniversary? And I got Crisis Core. And I also got a few other token games somewhere around here. But let me put these back before these get messed up. Because these PSP games are not cheap. Well, I'm lying. They are cheap. I got some of them for great prices too. And I also started collecting movies for the PSP too as well. See, I hate when you try to do stuff in one hand and then the game. There we go. Sorry, I don't have a lot of space. I really need to work on getting a better camera. I need to figure out how I'm going to do it. I need to get a better camera, a better setup that's a little more easy, especially if I'm by myself with these. All right. Put that to the side. So what else? Oh wait, I know somebody's gonna ask. So before somebody asks, I do have Def Jam Fight for New York. You know what? I'm just gonna start putting games out. See, I do got Def Jam Fight for New York. In case somebody asks, because I know that's gonna come up. And I also know this game's gonna get asked about too. Where is? And I do have Conker's Bad Fur Day, because I know that's going to be. I don't have Gotcha Force for the GameCube. My GameCube collection is very limited. I don't have a lot for my GameCube collection. Actually, I can probably show y'all my GameCube collection, so let me do that. I'm going to do it in bunches and show you, like, my game collection ain't crazy. So, for rip, I got, what is this? Soul Calibur 2. I got all 3 versions of Soul Calibur 2. The one for the Xbox and PlayStation, but I got Soul Calibur for the GameCube with Link. Donkey Kong Jungle Beats, and I do got the controller, which is up there, complete in box. Freedom Fighters is one of my favorite games. This is not my favorite port of the game. My favorite port of the game is on the Xbox, because, like I always say, any game that was released on all 3 consoles plays better on that OG Xbox. Hey, what's up, yo? My sister-in-law, Baby's Kitchen, is there. What's up? The gotcha controller, Donkey Kong. Yeah, I never saw the gotcha controller. I know the Donkey Konga was actually really fun. I actually enjoy playing it. That's the one. That's because I was going to sell it, but I was like, no, what? I decided to keep it. I ended up selling my Mario DDR, which I honestly wish I didn't, because that was actually pretty fun too. Dead to Rights, Bloody Roar Primal, because you just had to have a Bloody Roar game. I want to get one for the PlayStation 1. Batman Vengeance, which is actually a very fun Batman game. If you enjoyed the animated series, this game is actually good. Then also got Die Hard Vendetta. Why did I get Die Hard Vendetta? Because even though the game is terrible, I do have fond memories of playing it. Alright, let me get the next bunch. And let me put these back. No, I'm not gonna admit doing lives like this, it's not bad. At least I have a table to work with. Alright. Pokemon Coliseum, because you had to have some type of Pokemon game. The story mode is actually really good. I love the story. I love the whole concept of how you catch Pokemon. I want to get XD, and I heard XD actually took this and brought it to the next level. If I can get XD for a great price, that's definitely what I'm going to get. Resident Evil 0, this to this day is still the best port of Resident Evil 0. Yeah, Resident Evil 4 is fun. I don't have the GameCube port of Resident Evil 4. I have the PS2 port and then the newer one. I do want to get the GameCube port of Resident Evil 4. Cause like between the two ports, PS2 or GameCube, I feel like the GameCube port is better. And I think it's a little more easy to play with on the Waybird with their controller versus the PlayStation controller. I feel like I don't know. I think I'll enjoy it more on the GameCube. I mean, yeah, you also gotta remember, right? These discs are super small, like super small. Even Resident Evil 0 is 2 discs. So, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, it sucks, but it's not that crazy. Get up to change the disc, and once you go to the next disc, that's it. You don't know about changing it no more. All right. The best ports are the game. Yeah, the best ports for certain games are the GameCube port. Like, there's one game right here. I didn't even get to this port yet, but I'm gonna talk about it. Tales of Symphonia. I think they re-released this game on the Switch and the PS4. Yet this is still the best port of the game. How old? It's crazy. Like they released. This is why remasters now are not done right, or remakes or whatever. They're not done right. It sucks. When they remastered this game, it's running at 30 FPS, and they said the game is not as good as the original. That's why I love also getting sometimes the original ports of the game. Just like Conker's Bad Fur Day. Live and Reloaded is great, but it's heavily edited. Like they took a lot of the jokes out, a lot of the racial slurs out for Live and Reloaded. Yes, it has better controls, but the port ain't that good. And then if you ever get the rare replay, it actually has the N64 port. It don't have the port with Live and Reloaded, which is to me great. That's why I got it. And you can change the controller around, make it play. Like it's overall better experience. That's what I said. Live Reload is cool, but to me, thanks for the likes, man. To me, it's not the best port of the game. All right, I got Resident Evil 0. I didn't really get into Resident Evil 0 yet. I'm not gonna lie. I beat 1, 2. I beat 2, 3, 4, and I was going to get into 5 and 6, but it's like I feel like I have to play 0 and 1 if I'm gonna do that because I don't know. It's like I don't know. 0 is not making me want to play it, but I'm just gonna play it. Another game, Pitfall. I love Pitfall games. I actually have Pitfall on my Sega Genesis, and I just love the story and stuff like that. I think this one is actually like a continuation of it, So I actually like this game. It's actually a really good game. Next one up, Metroid Prime. This is the only Metroid game I own, and oh snap, I just read on the back. It links to Metroid Fusion for the Game Boy Advance. So maybe I should get the Game Boy Advance. So the one thing I liked about Nintendo, they did a lot of ways where you can actually connect to the Game Boy Advance. Like Fire Red, Pokemon Fire Red connects to Coliseum. So you can play certain things, you can do certain things on Coliseum. So that's what I thought was cool too. Thank you for the likes, man. I do have Metal Gear Solid Twin Snakes. This one actually plays really well. I love the first person mode. I tell everybody, just be careful when you get Twin Snakes for the GameCube because these versions of the game are not made that good. These games suffer from disc rot. Fortunately, I got the one that's actually really suffering from disc rot. The game works, but it's heavily disc rotted. Luigi Haunted Mansion, because you gotta have Luigi Haunted Mansion. This is like one of my favorite games. Like, I love Luigi Haunted Mansion. I love when Luigi's actually the main character and not Mario. That's just me. Lord of the Rings Twin Towers. I don't know. I feel like this game was so simple to play on the GameCube, and it was just fun. And the last fight scene, where you do the Helm's Deep fight scene, I love the last stage of this game. Tales of Unfortunate Events. This is another game that a lot of people don't know actually exists. Even I didn't even know it actually exists. How I got this game was, there was this monthly thing called Video Game Monthly, where every month you get a whole bunch of random video games. I'm not saying, it's not even a bad service neither. Like, you pay like 20 to 30 bucks. You just mark down what games you have, you don't have. And one thing I like, they don't flood your every month with a whole bunch of sports games. Because, you know, some of these other companies, they'll give you like 50 sports games. You just put down, you're like, yo, I want no sports games. And they'll send you randomly just whatever games you're trying to collect. There's also a good way as well to build up your game collection. And that's how I picked up this. Because I don't even see this that often, and a lot of people didn't know this game was even existed. Next one up, I got my favorite Zelda game. To me, the best Zelda game, but don't tell certain people I said that. But to me, this is the best Zelda game, Wind Waker. I love this game. Played this game multiple times. I'm actually trying to get it. I want to get it. I think it was re-released on the 3DS. I'll probably, but that's when I need to get a 3DS. So let me work on getting a 3DS first, and then I'll work on actual getting another one. Getting on the 3DS. Next up, Pigman. My first, believe it or not, this was the first game I ever got on a GameCube when I got a GameCube. And GameCube was one of the systems I think I bought with my own money. And I don't know, it was really hard. I really didn't enjoy it back in the day, but now that I'm older and I'm an adult, so supposedly, it's not a bad game. I enjoy it. It's really fun. I don't think I'm going to get 2 or 3 because I'm not going that crazy with Pigman. Next up, Hunter the Reckoning. Now, this is a great co-op game and stuff like that, but I'm going to say the port on Xbox is better than the GameCube port. But this port is not bad neither. This game would not be good on the PlayStation because you have to get an adapter. This game thrives and it shows how good it is when you have 4-player co-op. Because the game is hard, and when the game doesn't change how many enemies you know on the map, whether you just playing by yourself. It's like it's meant to be played with 4 people, and the enemies are gonna reflect that. It's not gonna change if you play by yourself or with 2 people. It's gonna reflect like this game's meant to be played with 4 people. And if you play with 4 people and y'all have a good team, this game is hella fun. Then I also have Smash Brothers Melee. Now, this one didn't really put a story in as well. This is a great fighting game. But I think Brawl we're going to enjoy more when we play it later on, because I heard the story mode is just a lot better. And I can play with the classic controller, which I am looking forward to. All right, let me put this bunch back. I think I got a couple more. Hold on, let me just put this bunch back. Hope everybody's having a great Sunday. And unlike me, yes, I do got the Punisher, and I will show you. Punisher. Let me go over here, and boom. This is actually a really good game. Yeah, Sidekick 3, man. Sidekick 3. I got it brand new. Sidekick 3, and it works. The battery's dead right now. I gotta charge it, but it works. I took pictures with it and everything. Yeah, and I do have Punisher. This is actually a really good game. This game is definitely like one of the underrated games. You actually feel like the Punisher, love the executions. This game almost kind of plays like The Suffering and Manhunt. This is a really good game. Yo, thanks for the follow, man. Thank you for the follow. All right, let me put these back, and I can continue with my GameCube collection. All right. In case anybody asks, as you can see right here, I do have Def Jam Fight for New York and Conker's Bad Fur Day. And I'm going to put Punisher here in case somebody else want to see it. All right. Let me adjust my mic. All right. Off rip, I got Top Gun. Why I get Top Gun, I don't know. I just had to feel like I had to get it. Next up, one of the best 007 games from Russia with Love because it has the OG Sean Connery, and you get to drive the DB9, the Austin Martin, and everything like that. And the fact Sean Connery reprises his role as James Bond means a lot because he said a long time ago he was not going to reprise his role as James Bond, and he did. Rogue Squadron, because you got to have a Rogue Squadron game. I also got one for the N64, and it's not a bad game. It's actually a really fun game. Then I got the first Def Jam Vendetta. I have a GameCube port, but you know, this is not the one everybody really cares about. Everybody always cares about Fight for New York, but I do got Vendetta. I had to play Vendetta. I don't think I ever played it. I mostly just play Fight for New York, so I always get the story like half-assed. So definitely got to play that. What's this? Star Wars Jedi Outcast. I actually like the story. I like how this story is and how it goes in Jedi Academy too. I feel like that storyline was great. How it started. I think it started with Dark Forces when you play as this character, and then it went into play as Kyle, and then you know how he don't have his force powers, he got to regain his force powers, and then that story. Then when it goes into Jedi Academy, I think that was actually a really good story. I actually like that. This is the first Spider-Man game. I also have Spider-Man 2 for the Xbox, if I can get it. Yeah, I got it. So I have the first Spider-Man, and I got Spider-Man 2. And everybody said the Spider-Man 2 is actually really good. It has like unique stages and stuff. Oh, hold up. Are both of these Spider-Man 2? Oh, shit. Yo, I didn't even know I had two Spider-Man 2s. Wow. I thought it was Spider-Man 1. No, Spider-Man 2. I know the OG Xbox has different levels, like a different level than the rest of them. So it was actually kind of cool. See? You learn something new every day. Even I don't know sometimes what shit I have in here. Godzilla, Destroy All Monsters, another great game. 13, and yet this is another version, another example of how, but they do remasters or remakes and they don't do it properly. It sucks because the older 13 games are still better ways to play the game than the newer port that was a release, which kind of makes no sense. You would think they would release something with newer controls and stuff would be better. No, the original port of 13 is still the better way to play the game. Then I got Second Sight. This game looks pretty cool, and you know what? I wanted to try it, and I got it for dirt cheap. So this is going to be one that's going to be going on the backlog. Definitely going on the backlog. And that's it for my GameCube games, guys. I'll put these back. Yep, that's it for the GameCube games. I could show off my Nintendo Wii games, and that's what I want to see next. I have no problem doing that. But yeah, so this is how the podcast is probably going to be set up. I'm going to have this table out, some retro items out. I also got more retro items that I'm probably going to have out. And depending on the show, I'm going to have probably different things out here. Like if I do best handheld, I'm going to have all my handhelds out here or whatever. So, you know, just me just trying to, you know, put feelers out there, see how everybody likes it and stuff like that. You know what? Let me show off. I think I can show off the GameCube, Dreamcast. Let me show off some Dreamcast games since I'm here shooting the breeze. And only reason why I'm not standing because your boy got a hangover. I had too much fun last night and I'm nursing a hangover. So bear with me, everybody. Let me pull out my games. All right. Off rip, so somebody asks, I do got Def Jam Fight for New York and Conker's Bad Fur Day. I got one of my favorite game on the Dreamcast, Simu 1. This game is so far ahead of its time. How they had the stories and the interaction. This is a great freaking game. I got all three as well. Grandia 2, which is not a bad JRPG. I mean, Dreamcast don't have a whole lot of JRPGs, but the ones that do have are good. And this is definitely a good one. Then 18-wheeler. I just wanted a fun arcade game. I want to get a steering wheel so I actually can really fully embrace that game. Then I got Dino Crisis, and this is to me the best port of Dino Crisis. They have one released on the PS1. Not a big fan of that, but I do love this port of Dino Crisis. And I got Alone in the Dark, New Nightmare, and they did a great job with the sound and the horror. This is actually a really good game, and I like how they did it. And it's another one of these multi-disc games. Like the games, you know, usually have multi-disc. You know, the story and everything is like crazy. All right, let me go to this big pile. So right off rip, Ready to Rumble boxing, the best port of the game. Wacky Races. So I'm trying to think. I think I found this at a private collector's house. He was having a garage sale, and we was talking about video games. He took me down into his game room in the basement, and he had so much stuff. Like, it was crazy. And then he had this in the cut, and he sold it to me for $15, and I enjoyed the game ever since. This is such a fun game. I'm shocked this game's like not hella expensive, because you don't see this game that often in the wild. WWF Attitude. So I never played this game. I'm a big wrestling head, but I never played this game. And you know what? I'm probably going to pop this in today and just run through a couple matches, because I'm really curious. I've always been curious how this game is, and I think this is the better port. I think it was also released on, was it released for the game, for the, I don't know if it was released for the 64. I'm trying to remember. Anyway. What is this? Light showing off a fresh Conquer. So, I know somebody pretty soon is going to ask me, oh, let me see Conquer Bad Fur Day. So I figure I just put it off there. So in case somebody asks, boom, it's right there. And as for the sidekick, everybody needs a sidekick. So, nah, I'm trying something new in my lives. And I thought it'd be cool to have some props out and some old retro gear that I have, or retro tech. And this is one that I keep in my game room. I keep it on display, that and other stuff. So I figured it's cool just to have out. Yeah, that was pretty much it. Like, I use it kind of to draw people in, and then once I draw you in, gotcha. Now you want to see more and stuff like that. So, you know, I gotta throw a little bait out there. I know I'm not a big content creator, so I gotta do something to get people want to, you know, come on my streams. Then I got a 1998 original 1998 Tamagotchi. Still brand new, because still had the tag in it. This is the original 1998 Tamagotchi. And Polaroid from 2001, and then old school VHS of Scary Movies too, which I don't know why I have. So showing off the Dreamcast collection, another game up, Chef Love Shack, which is just like a trivia game about South Park and stuff like that. It's not the greatest game in the world by any means, but it's fun just to pass the time. You have like 20 minutes to spare before you go out. Flag to Flag, I heard it was a great racing game, simulation racing game, and yeah, I wanted to try it. Hopefully, when I get a steering wheel for the Sega Dreamcast, I can experience it better. Toy Commander. So there's a lot of, I didn't know there's so many games in the series of Toy Commander, Army Man, and stuff like that. So this one I haven't played. I got that from the same collector that I got my Wacky Races from. Haven't played it yet, but you know what? I think it's actually going to be one I'm going to play eventually. Well, soon anyway. Dead or Alive 2, because, you know, you got to have Dead or Alive. Dynamite Cop. So at one point when I first started collecting, I was like trying to get some of the bangers when it came to Dreamcast, because I know sooner or later they were going to freaking get it up in price. So I got this, and one thing about Dynamite Cop was originally supposed to be Die Hard, a sequel to Die Hard, but they lost the license. So since they lost the license, they changed it to Dynamite Cop. And this case is busted. You know what? I really got to replace this case, because this thing is, I don't want this game to get damaged. Blue Stinger, the king of time limits. If you like playing games with time limits every 5 minutes, this is the game for you, because, oh, freaking crap. That game is king of time limits. Next one up. Top 3 consoles will be Dreamcast, OG Xbox, and I want to say the PS3, because the PS3, especially the original fat model, you got all 3 generations of PlayStation games, which I feel like Sony did such a great job with that. But, of course, they dropped the ball with the PS4 and with the PS5 kind of. But the PS3 was such a great system that it was like, yes, the whole launch of the PS3 was terrible. Terrible freaking launch, terrible pricing. But when they finally got their shit together, it was a great console. Especially you got the older ones. So, handheld. So, I keep console for handhelds. My favorite handheld is the Game Boy Advance and the PSP. And the reason why I say the Game Boy Advance and the PSP, because those two was just like kind of revolutionary of their period. Like the Game Boy Advance was definitely a big jump from the Game Boy Color, and the Game Boy Advance was like you're playing with a Super Nintendo in your hand, which was great. And the PSP was just awesome. It was like having like a PlayStation 1/PlayStation 2 in your hand. The free online was crazy, but the online wasn't as good as Xbox. and I hate to say it like that, but Xbox Online, I feel like Xbox learned from Dreamcast how to do it online, and they just blew it out the water with Xbox Live. Xbox Live was just such a great thing. It wasn't bad, but Xbox Live was just, to me, so much better. And I do want to get an original Xbox Live headset because I remember playing Halo 2, Unreal Championship, games like that. They did such a great job with their online. Like, it was just so good. And the PlayStation 3 online, yeah, it was there, it was free, but then it's like you get what you pay for because they had a lot of issues, and they kept getting hacked. They still get hacked to this day. Like, they were getting hacked left and right, man. It's crazy. Continue showing off. Sorry, I went on my little tangent. I got Berserk, pretty much Guts Berserk. What's it? Sword of the Berserker, Soul Reaver, Legacy of Kain. Code Veronica was actually not a bad game. And what's this? Star Lancer. A lot of people know about Star Lancer. It's made by the same guy that's currently making Star Citizen. And it's not... A lot of people didn't know anything about that game. They put some of these back so they don't get messed up. So that's part of the first shelf. I still got some more here. So this is like my sports titles. I don't collect sports titles like that at all. I just collect certain ones. So right off rip, I got football, 2K. What's this? 2K1, 2K1. This one, the one of the sports ones I play. Then I got hockey. This one's still kind of sealed. This one probably got unsealed. Then I got NBA 2K1 with Iverson. I think it's his rookie year. Then, of course, I got Crazy Taxi. Because you got to have Crazy Taxi. But I know somebody's going to ask soon, do you have Sonic Adventure? Like, yes, I do have Sonic Adventure, and I will show that right now, actually. So, I'm going to show... Hold on one second. I just want to get my Sonic Adventure 2. Because this is the one everybody cares about. I do got Sonic Adventure 2. Put that right there. But I do got other stuff. Sonic Adventure 1. Gundam Side Story was actually a very good offshoot from the Gundam series. This is very cool. And it's not like you're in a Gundam and stuff like that. You get to play as the soldiers in the regular mobile suits dealing with certain situations. And you're not like in an overpowered mobile suit just like killing wave after wave of enemies. You're actually like in a mobile suit dealing with different situations. It was actually really cool. This is actually a really good take on the Gundam series. Zombies Revenge. Got this, and I've yet to play it. Bought this game years ago, and I have not played it yet. I remember I was going super hard to get this game because I felt like this game, besides being good, was going to shoot up in price. And I felt like I was getting behind the retro grind, so I was trying my best to catch up. Carrier. I heard it's a decent horror game. It plays like Cold Fear, stuff like that. I'm definitely going to play this game and check it out. I definitely am. I heard this game almost plays just like some dirt on it. The hell? I don't want to scratch it. I heard this game plays like... Where's that game? There's another game this game plays like. It's for this... Here we go. I heard this game plays like Deep Fear. For the Sega Saturn. So, I'm actually looking forward to trying that out. Records of... What's it? Lodos War. I heard this is like a dungeon crawler. Kind of like a Diablo style game. I heard this game is pretty good too as well. I haven't yet to play it. I got this from a private collector as well. And I'm actually really interested in trying that out. Power Stone, of course, because, it's Power Stone. Jet Grind Radio. You gotta have a Jet Grind Radio, right? I Spy Operational Espionage. So this is a different game. This game, instead of you actually controlling people, like you control like regular controls, you give commands. And your commands dictate what happened, who you choose as part of your squad. This is really a unique, fun game. This is actually a really good game. Really different game, too. Spawn. Yeah, this is... you just have to have... I don't know. I think you just have to have a Spawn game. Then, of course, the best JRPG on the console, by far, Skies of Arcadia. I feel like if they want to remake or remaster any JRPG, this is definitely one that should be on the top of their list. Because the story, everything is awesome. Back. Yeah. Get myself comfortable. Hope everybody likes the sidekick. Put Sonic Adventure 2 back. I do got Conkers. Like I said, keeping Conquer and Def Jam Fight for New York out because I know it's everybody wants to see. I know people love seeing the sidekick. Like when I did the retro barbecue, people was having a blast, you know, taking pictures with the sidekick and everything. And then original Tamagotchi and stuff. Sorry guys, I seem kind of out of it. I'm not even out of it. I drank too much last night and it's kicking my ass right now. Let's talk about Sega Saturn because freaking we're already in the Sega Saturn. So off rip for the Sega Saturn, I got Dark Savior for the Sega Saturn. This is an awesome freaking game. I just like how they did the first stage dictates what type of story you're going to get, depending on how fast you beat the first stage. I always felt like that was freaking cool. Alien Trilogy. This is a great first-person shooter. Like this is, I feel like I understand why this kind of revolutionized first-person shooting. The graphics, the story, everything is really good. Like to me, this game is still fun to play to this day, and I still play hours playing that game. Virtual On, I mean, it's a great fighting game. Like I even got the actual controller for this game that's from Japan. I actually have it up there to go complete in box still. There's a couple of videos I have where I show it off and I actually play Double Switch. So this is like one of those night trap games. It's fun, one of those movie style games. I do want to get Wirehead though. I did enjoy playing Wirehead back in the day. So this one, not bad neither. Thank you, man. I tried. You know, I worked really hard with my collection, and this is like a different setup. I'm literally just got finished recording the first episode of my podcast, so I'm just still like, you know, getting through some kinks of it. And I didn't feel like I wanted to do it live, but I didn't feel like put everything back to do it live. And then I was like, you know what? Let me just fuck it, do it live right now while I just sit down and chill. Plus, like I said, I'm recovering from a hangover. Die Hard Trilogy. This has, you know, I like the fact that you get 3 games in one. So you get the first Die Hard, which is shooting. Then you get the light gun game, and then you get the driver game as well. But if you don't have a CRT TV, you cannot use the light gun portion, which sucks. All right, let me go get some more Sega Saturn games because I have tons of Sega Saturn games. Well, not tons anyway. I have a good amount. Let me just put these back. All right, let me get the next bunch of Sega Saturn games. Boom. Hope everybody's having a good Saturday. I'm having a good Saturday. I probably need to drink more water because, oh man, last night it was fun, but whew. I got Policenauts. So this game was not released in the United States, and the game that they got was the Japanese. This is actually a repro copy of that game, and it has an English port. So since it has an English port, now I can understand what's going on and stuff like that. This is actually a really good game that I've been interested in playing for a while, so I'm actually glad I got that. Then I got Luna Silver Sword. This story is really good. Like, the graphics and everything like that, this is actually a really good game, and I'm just having a blast playing it on the Sega Saturn. I really do need to continue this game. I stopped playing it, and so I got to get back on it. Shining Force, another great game. Especially if you like JRPGs and stuff, this is a good one. This is Shining Force 3, so I don't think, hopefully I don't need to play the other Shining Forces to figure out what the hell is going on in the story. Tomb Raider, this is the first Tomb Raider, and I don't know, I feel like the first Tomb Raider was great on the Sega Saturn, but it was defined on the PlayStation. And you could tell it was defined on the PlayStation because there was a 1, 2, and then 3 was released. And these are obviously the three best Tomb Raiders. You know, that other one, you know, after a while it got stupid. But then when they finally revamped the series, they got better again. But these are the 3 best Tomb Raiders. And especially, you know, 3 and 1 was actually really good. The best Tomb Raiders. You guys back. Alright. Soviet Strike. Got this for a couple bucks. Hey, you know what? I said, you know what? Let me check it out. It's not a bad game. And then, what is this? Wing Arms. Because I just want like a pilot game. And this is actually a really fun game. Especially if you like into World War II or that kind of stuff. That's actually a really good game. Alright, let me get the next bunch of games and put these back. You gotta be careful with Sega Saturn cases, because these cases break hella easy. Alright. This is Daytona USA. I actually got the steering wheel to go with it too. And if you grew up in the '90s or 2000 and went to an arcade, you always heard somebody. Always heard the music Daytona. And yo, this game is fun, especially as a little fun racing game. Next one up, Guardian Heroes. This is one I never really knew about, and then I picked up the game. It's actually not bad. It's actually pretty fun. Like, I really enjoy playing this game. Iron Storm, hard freaking game. You got to be really into RTS and war and stuff like that. It's not a bad game, but this game definitely don't hold your hand. Definitely don't. Deep Fear is one of those horror games. I haven't really played it yet. To me, eventually I'll get to it. Herc's Adventure. Now, this is a repro copy because, unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to get actual real copy. But I just wanted to play the game. And this game actually plays really well. The port is good. But the game's really fun. Like, I like how they did the story and everything like that. No wonder this game is actually expensive. Then I got Virtual Fighter 2. Very, decent fighting game. Independence Day, because you gotta have an Independence Day, and I remember playing it on the Sega Saturn, not the PlayStation 1. And last but not least, Sega Rally GT, because you just gotta have Sega Rally GT. And when I got the steering wheel last year, I was like, I need to get Sega Rally for the Saturn. And I play it all the time with the steering wheel, and I just have a blast. It's a freaking great game. Great racing game. Let me put these back. I gotta put these ones back in a certain order because it has two different style cases. And then this is actually, I don't know why I have that here. This is the Game Boy Player for the GameCube, which is actually, it's funny enough, this little disc right here to play Game Boy Advance games on the GameCube is actually more money than some of my Sega Saturn games. Like, that price shot up like crazy. Shot up. And that's pretty much it, guys. It was just me just shooting the breeze. I know this live is not going to be as crazy as my other ones. I just wanted to show off how I have everything set up for the podcast and then shoot the breeze. I am going to stream in a little bit, a couple hours from now. I'm going to stream Super Smash Bros. Brawl and go through the story for the first time. Never went through the story mode at all, so I'm definitely looking forward to going through this story mode. And yeah, and then we'll just see what happens. The podcast should be dropping tomorrow. I already did the first episode. I'm working on the second episode right now, trying to get some stuff done in the background. And yeah, I hope everybody's doing well. Is having a great Saturday morning. I'm recovering from a hangover. So, and yeah, I think I like how this style is set up. It makes it so much easier to actually show off the games and what y'all ask for and stuff instead of me standing. And yes, it's a little bit slower for me to get the games, but trying to get the games and when I'm standing and put games down is kind of hard. Having a table definitely helps. Even next time I even do a live, I'm definitely putting a table down in front of me. Like, so much easier. Anyway, guys, I'm going to end this live, how I end every single live, with a prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, please watch over us and protect us. Please bless everybody at the other end of the screen, Lord. May they have a great and prosperous day. May they be safe. May they wake up tomorrow and be refreshed and ready for the day ahead. In your mighty name we pray. In Jesus' holy name, amen. Everybody, hope everybody has a great day. I am going to be streaming, like I said later, Super Smash Bros. Brawl. I will be streaming this game at around 6 o'clock today, 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to be streaming this game. And yeah, I may do another live later on today when I'm feeling a little bit more up to it and standing up when I can show off the games more. I could definitely show off the games now, but that's what I was going to be. So everybody, have a great and blessed day.